This is one of the largest new developments and also one of the last places that you could buy or build a new construction home in the city of Leawood, Kansas. It's anything but your typical new home community. It's much more like a city within a city with shops, entertainment spots, multiple different types of housing within the neighborhood. And we're also just minutes away from some of the best shops, restaurants, entertainment spots in Overland Park and Leawood, Kansas. This is East Village of Leawood. And in this video, we are going to tour a brand new luxury villa called the Aspen by Oddo Construction. We're also going to break down everything you need to know about the community and types of housing you'll find here. This one is 3 beds, 2.5 baths, 34 square feet. It's a 1.5-story twin villa. We've never seen one before. This one has a 21-foot wall of windows, 2-story ceilings, and we are going to have to head inside because there's a fleet of geese down the street and they're going to head this way any moment. And this is the shot as soon as you walk in through the front door. You got a clear line of sight. You'll get a little preview of those 2-story ceilings. It got a ton of windows. We've never seen a twin villa quite like this one. And we will put the floor plan on the screen. We mentioned this one's 3 bedrooms. It does have a private office right off of the entry. We're gonna get to that one here in just a second. But this is what we've got. You've got the glass panel windows, a little transom window up top. You're getting a ton of natural light. This is the old model. So this is one of several finished, completed villas that they've got here. The first 2, if you're one of the first 2 buyers, they're offering a $20,000 credit, which most of the time, if you're buying a new construction home, there are always things that you're gonna want to customize. So that's a nice promotion they've got going on right now. Light fixtures, you'll see them throughout the house. They've got some good scale to them. They definitely spent some money on them. But coming into the office, this is the pattern we're starting to see with design trend. You got these darker colors, the updated kind of modern crown molding throughout. This one has a ton of windows. They are operable. We sometimes get questions in the comments. All the windows look like they're fixed. They're casement windows. They crank open and you can see that at least on the outside, they're black. On the inside in this room, they're also black. But this could be a bedroom. They're not labeling it that way and with the specs of the home because there's no full bath on this floor except the master. It could be used as that if you wanted to, but this is in addition to those other 3 currently being used as the sales office. So we are going to move on. We've got a couple things to unpack before we get to those ceilings. That's like, this is a lot to take in. With a twin villa, I mean, I looked at the first photos in the front of this house and I thought these were going to look and kind of function and feel like most of the twin villas that we've toured on this channel before. But we pulled up and I mean, the exterior of these buildings is just huge, as you can see on the drone footage. We do have quite a few different spots. This is actually the unfinished basement. We're going to go down there in a second. If you want more square footage, you could add about 1,000 to 1,400. Everything's already plumbed in for you. Right over here, we've got the coat closet. Every front entry needs one. This one is double the size, and you've got 8-foot doors throughout most of this main level. But now that we are done with the entry here, we're going to give you a shot, another one, of this 2-story fireplace. They took the wallpaper all the way up. You've got stone below the mantle. You've got the gold accent on the light fixture. It matches the hardware throughout the rest of the main floor. But this is really unique. This is really something. I mean, we'll try to get you a shot around the staircase here as we go upstairs, but you've got a ton of windows, like way more windows than we've ever seen in even a single family home for that matter. But around here, we're going to get to the backyard. We're also going to get to some of the amenities, some of the other types of housing that you'll find here in East Village. But this kitchen, there's a lot of thought, intention put in here. We've got my favorite countertops of all time. They're not just the Taj Mahal quartzite tops, they're also the owned version of them. So they've got like a matte leathered feel to it. You could feel the veins. And if you're not familiar, big difference between quartz and quartzite. This is natural stone, so you can see a lot of the crystallization. You can also feel it as you run your hand across it. Quartz usually It's all going to be the same texture throughout. It's all going to be very smooth. This one's got some nice feel to it. But enough about the Taj Mahal. I always like to mention it because it's my favorite countertop. They did it on the perimeter as well. You've got the kitchen cabinets. They go all the way up to the ceiling. Uppers, you've got glass cabinet doors. And the backsplash, we'll get a little bit closer up for you so you can see it. It's got like a ceramic glaze to it. I think it complements the Taj Mahal very, very nicely. And of course, you've got a slide-in gas range there. You've got the beverage cooler to your right. Fridge is already installed because this is a model. And then I love that you also have this window that overlooks the backyard. And I will put a drone shot on the screen right here of the rear elevation, but I'm told these lot sizes, they go all the way to the sidewalk back there. And you'll see some other footage as we make our way throughout the house of the rest of the community. But upgraded light fixtures. Last thing I want to mention before we go outside is you've got this huge wall of cabinets right here, glass panel shelves, you've got the drawers, and of course, you've got the gold hardware there as well. Now, I mentioned this is much larger than just one property tour. This is one of the largest developments in the city of Leawood, Kansas. We've covered several others on the channel, like Aventino, which is a stone's throw away, Regent's Park, which is just down the street. But what makes this one different is this is a 116-acre mixed-use development. So I'm going to put a render on the screen to give you an idea of what this will feel like once it's all built out. But we're talking much more than just twin villas, much more than single family homes. They've even got condos, apartments for lease coming up. They've got brownstones that will be available to purchase, as well as townhomes and so much more. This whole neighborhood is truly that. You've got planned retail, office spaces, shops, restaurants coming here on site. So it's not just that we're right off 135th Street, which I like to call the crown jewel of Overland Park and Leawood. It's where you'll find all the shops, Prairie Fire, etc. It's not just that we're minutes away from Leawood Town Center and all the shops right there. You're going to have quite a bit of walkable options here right inside the community. And we'll get to the amenities here in just a second, but one that I've got to bring up is called Chadwick Park. It is actually going to be more of an amphitheater. They've got a pavilion there. It'll be nearly 2 acres right in the middle of the community, which is super nice. And this is all in addition to several other amenities that you can find here. But we're going to get more to the builders, the amenities, and also the different types of housing here in a second. You've got the dining room, of course, the 2-story ceilings. It's not every day that we see a dining room with that scale. You've got a ton of windows, but we are going to put drone footage on the screen and head outside. The exterior, these are much bigger in person than you'd like realize on the ground. Hopefully the drone clarifies that. But you've got some excellent outdoor living. They've added a ton of foliage, upgraded landscaping around the sidewalks, which these all connect to trails going throughout the different neighborhoods here. Ton of privacy, landscaping. You've even got an additional pad for extra outdoor living space. And of course, one of the big deals with this being a twin villa, these are really built and designed, not just the floor plan, not just the architecture, but all of the spaces with privacy in mind. And that's why you'll see these on opposite sides of the entire building. The other thing you have to know, we like to break this down in every single video we do on twin villas. In the middle is what's called a demising wall. They're very extensive. There's a fire barrier in the middle. Then you've got a 2-inch air gap between that fire barrier and the studs because sound needs vibration to travel. And that air gap stops it right in its tracks. So you have that on both sides of the wall. Then you've got your standard insulation, drywall, and of course this repeats. But coming back inside the house here, I should mention outside you've got a home audio system. Inside we've got a couple speakers as well. You can see those right on the ceiling here. But we are going to head around to the master before we get there. We do have a separate half bath, which is super nice. They added the vertical ceramic tiles. You've even got the Taj Mahal in there. On the ceiling, you actually have the modern crown molding, which is super nice to see, and some even more wallpaper in there. But speaking of wallpaper, you've got the nice accent wall in the master, upgraded luxury carpet, a pretty good sized box vault. up top. I like that they added a fan. They also added recessed lights throughout. And of course, you've got two operable casement windows right here, so you can get a nice cross breeze through the house. This one actually has a wet room, which is becoming more and more like everybody likes to see the wet room. We'll get to it here in just a second. You got the wall-to-wall vanity tower on the side, and of course, upgraded countertops, fixtures, light fixture in the middle. I'm going to close this because we do have the water closet straight ahead. And I mentioned the wet room because this is a lot of tile. It's not inexpensive to do, and this is the model. So you got the Euro glass panel door, tile all the way up. I love how this complements the Taj Mahal we saw in the kitchen. And then you've got the 3D textured tile on the backsplash, which looks great. And then we even have two niches that are actually extra deep compared to what we usually see. Around the corner, we've got the master closet. This one's huge. You got the tall ceilings like you saw throughout the rest of the house. Not the quite two-story ceilings. We haven't quite seen a two-story master closet, but this one has a ton of storage. Plenty of pull-down racks throughout. Now, before we go upstairs and take a look at the first, second story we've ever seen in a twin villa, we're also going to take a look at the lower level before you go. I did want to break down the different types of homes. So we will put the community plat map on the screen so you can see there are several different types of housing. The ones we're going to discuss in this video, it starts with the twin villas, similar to what you're seeing here. The prices start in the 900,000s. These are built by Oddo Construction, the developer of this community, and there are 24 of them total. 4 different floor plans. 2 are 1.5 stories like this one, and then there are going to be 2 brand new ones that are reverse 1.5s as well. Second type of housing, you've got single family homes. They're starting at the 1.1s, and they're built by some of the best builders in Kansas City. You've got builders like J.S. Robinson Fine Homes. Their Del Mar is one of my favorites. Don Julian Builders, they build the Cortland, several other plans that we've shown on this channel. And of course, Willis Homes, who builds the Clydesdale and several other plans. We've toured the Clydesdale a number of times, but all 3 of those builders have different floor plans, elevations that they are building right here. There's a limited number of only 35 of those. They're selling quickly. They have several build jobs and models coming up that we're going to tour very soon. So make sure you subscribe to the channel to see those. You will also see on the plat map 2 other types of housing. You're going to have some townhomes and also some brownstones, which we've never seen those in a community in this type of location before. I'm excited to show you those once they come out, but we are going to head upstairs. The floor plan will be on the screen right here. One thing that I do want to mention, and we've already talked about it a little bit, you got a ton of natural light pouring in. This staircase, it does share those 2-story ceilings. You've got a ton. I just keep mentioning the windows because it's kind of overwhelming how many there are in a good way. You're getting a ton of great spaces in the home. But right up here, I know it doesn't look like it, at least from the main floor, it doesn't look like you'd have a number of different bedrooms up here. You actually have 2. Before you get to those, we do have a closet, which is the extra deep. This is actually a huge closet. I was not expecting this up here. You got upgraded carpet, a thicker pad under, and this is our first bedroom. What I noticed right off the bat is that, yes, you get the tall windows. You also have very tall ceiling heights for a second story. Usually we're like around 8 feet up here. These are easily between 9 or 10 feet. You'll see the other one here in a second. I do want to mention this one. It's got an operable window. It also has a walk-in closet, but we are going to head around the corner because you'll see an extra wide vanity. And then also you've got around the corner, I'm actually going to go first here. We've got the Hollywood style bath. So you walk through here, you got plenty of space, water closet plus shower right here. You've got another vanity, which is extra wide. And once you make it into our third and final bedroom up here, again, you're met with these super tall ceilings, which we don't typically see when it comes to a 1.5 story, 2-story, etc. And also you've got 2 huge windows. We'll spin just a little bit for you so you can see those. And I might even throw a drone shot on the screen right here so you can really get a good look at it, but another walk-in closet there as well. Now, I did promise that we would break down the amenities. We're going to put a ton of renders on the screen right here. We already mentioned Chadwick Park, which is going to be, it's under construction right now. They're going to get it up as soon as possible. That's the one that'll have the amphitheater, the pavilion on it, and be like the central gathering spot of the community. What I didn't mention earlier is that they plan to do regular events. The city of Leawood actually requested that to be made into an amphitheater. So the idea is much more than just like a neighborhood park, gathering space. It's an event space for live music, etc. Should be really, really nice and should give you a pretty good sense of what this community will feel like down the road. They have plenty other amenities that are planned, including walking trails. They've got ponds and a few spots throughout the community. There are going to be 2 future infinity edge pools, which is really nice, a clubhouse coming. They've even got a fitness center and, of course, a dog park. One thing I have to mention, I'll put the monthly HOA on the screen right here. This is a maintenance provided community. So the whole idea is these homes, no matter which type of house that you go for, whether it's a single family, a twin villa like you're seeing in this video, a brownstone, any of the future ones, is a lock it, leave it, active lifestyle community that's minutes away from everything happening in the city of Leawood and very close, a stone's throw away from Overland Park. But final part of this one, by the way, any questions buying, building a new construction home in Kansas City? This has been on our radar for like over a year now, but we can't really show anything in these communities until we've got like houses to show. So if you want to stay up to date on all of this, if you have any questions about buying or building, we go through communities just like this. We have plenty on our radar that I'd love to get in front of you. So give me a phone call, text message, email. I'd love to help. This lower level could add an additional around 1,000 to 1,400 square feet, depending on which of these plans you build. That's a lot of square footage for a twin villa. We're already at 2,400 square feet, which puts you into the mid 3,000s. But the nice thing is these are already stubbed for a full bathroom. You've got your bedroom over here in the corner. The rest of this is rec space. And then it looks like we've got a line for a wet bar and plenty unfinished storage space as well, or you can even finish this if you really wanted to. Now, any questions buying, building a new construction home in Kansas City? We go through new communities just like this every single week. I'd love to put more options, some of the best floor plans, builders, communities on your radar. So if you are in the market to build, even if you're like a year out or 2 years out, sometimes the more time you've got, the better options we can put together for you. So feel free, give me a phone call, text message, email. I'd love to set you up for success. One more thing, big thank you to Oddo Construction for letting us showcase this community and this twin villa. Big thank you to the listing agents as well, Roberta and Cameron. We'll put all of their info, the community website on the screen. I have to sneak one more detail into this that I completely missed when we were walking through, which is in the kitchen. These actually have very nice cabinets. I should have mentioned this earlier. They are manufacturer finished on the inside, which you're not going to see in a lot of homes, but great quality here. I will put 2 videos on the screen. I'll put the one YouTube thinks you would enjoy the most, and then this is going to be a placeholder for future tours we do here in East Village of Leawood. So click here or there, and I'll see you on the other side.